Hi,
Hello,
Cheryl.
how are you?
Hey. Hello, Cheryl. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you? Good to hear your voice.
Yeah, it's great to hear your voice. You have a microphone.
I certainly do. It's a little bit bigger than yours. I'm just going to hold it over to the side here.
Excellent, excellent. So it's a really nice Sunday today over here in the Bay Area in California, and I've been listening to your podcast and your radio talk shows. Let's Talk with Cheryl Rose are incredible. It's wonderful. I recently just did an interview with you last week, and you asked me about the feedback. Now, let me tell you this. A lot of people, they don't give me the feedback on the comments because they want to come and contact me directly and be like, hey, well, who was that show? Who was that girl you did that show with? And we know what's going on. So I'm going to tell you how much feedback I got. I think about 10 people since we did the interview has actually reached out to me and was like, who's Cheryl Rose? And how can we get an interview with her? And I said, Cheryl Rose, she's a radio talk show host. She's a very great psychic developer, or psychic teller.
Spirit, yes, thank you.
Yeah, and I also said that you're a wonderful person, and so and happily married. So
and humbly, I say thank you so very much.
Yes, yeah. So I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
How did you start your radio show on Spreaker Podcast Radio?
Well, the genesis of all this was my YouTube channel, and so I started with the manifestation techniques and doing my spiritual work. And I said, I have to reach more people. And I'm not afraid of the camera. I'm not afraid of the radio. I just saw the internet radio and how it's becoming. This is all before the virus started, I said, this is going to be very big. Internet radio is where it's going to be at. AM, FM, I don't know what's going to happen. Like regular TV. It's, we have to roll with the punches and stay up with the times. So I said, so then here I am on Spreaker. I'm going to start my own thing. And I just started talking into a monologue. I didn't interview anybody. I just started to talk about what I talk about. And I have actually 3 healers. I was with Intervisions doing some work with them. And also now, Let's Talk with Cheryl Rose. And here I am now talking with you, JBLUE. Who knows what can happen after this?
We have a lot coming after this because I don't plan to let the coronavirus outbreak change anything. We're gonna change anything of what I'm doing or what we're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with this at full advantage, and I'm gonna take off, and we're gonna take off together. So, amen.
Oh, that I am honored, folks. Do you hear this? Oh my God, baby doll, this is going to be wonderful. I'm all over the place. This is great because you're all over the place too, and I love your talents. As I brought you, into my life. Like you said, how did I get started? I see, I feel, I hear, and I speak and I say first to the world, and then I find people like you, which are the rare diamonds in the rough, and I start talking.
Can you
bring them, to the forefront?
Cheryl Rose, can you please can you share with us your contact info? Like, do you have like a Gmail or email account and a social media? Where can we follow? Where can everybody follow you at?
Well, I'm on Facebook under Cheryl Rose with you, but you can contact me at 201-708-3841. Okay, and my Gmail is CherylRose1966@gmail.com. And those are the best 2 ways to get a hold of me. The phones are ringing constantly, but Twitter, Cheryl Rose, and there's a lot of numbers that I don't understand that right after that. But if I follow you, you can follow me. And also, the YouTube channel that I started is called Cheryl Rose Spirit Guidance. So on YouTube, I'm Cheryl Rose Spirit Guidance. And you will see all the uploads of the podcasts there. So there's many ways to reach me. And if all else fails, send a smoke signal from the highest mountaintop, and I will really hear and feel your energy. I can honestly tell you.
I love your energy, Cheryl Rose. I love it. I love it. I'm going to make sure I write that information down too.
Thank you.
Cheryl Rose 1996 at gmail.com. Did you say
1966?
1966. Just double checking. I thought that I just wanted to know, why was it 1966? Is that is that a number that you can remember?
Yes, it's the year of my birth.
Yeah, well, I made mine JBLUE4082 at gmail.com, and I put the 408 in there just because I could remember my area code. So the only thing else I put in there was the number 2, and number 2 is like one of my favorite numbers. So I always ask people that, say, how did you come up with that email account, or Gmail account? So that's good news. That's good news.
And I know number 2 is you're lucky because you must be born on a number 2.
Yep.
You must be born with the number 2.
Yep, January 20th.
When is your birthday?
January 20th.
Well, there you go. There's your 2.
Yeah. That's the month and day I was born.
2.
Yeah, the month and day I was born was the same day as Blueface, the rapper Blueface. He was born January 20th.
Yes, I saw that on. Yes.
Yeah.
And I did know Snoop before he became famous. Before he became famous, I remember Snoop Dogg when he was young. He ages gracefully, Snoop. But he's very tall and thin. But he is somebody that is very influential and is still around, luckily, still around. What I'm talking about. But your talent, I have such great respect for, because you have an innate sense for what is going to work. And an innate sense for how to plan strategically, baby doll, making it happen, because you run it through your mind first and you say, there's no stopping me now. And that is why, I just see all these movies coming out, and you were behind the scenes in Compton, okay? Remember the Compton film? Okay. That was, your stepping stone, really, okay? With Ice Cube and all. That was I would say, your lucky break, because how many people could say they, did some Compton? You tell me the name of the film so everybody knows it.
Straight Outta Compton.
What's the name of that film?
Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton. Yes. And I'm just going to call it Compton because I want you to say Straight Outta Compton. I love the way he says it. Hear his voice resonates when he says the word straight. Guys, listen to that voice. That's a singing voice.
Thank you very much.
See how I picked that up?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I really am very grateful that you have noticed something in me and brought this out to the audience, because I humbly respect and appreciate people who can appreciate me, because sometimes I'm not taken very seriously. My humor is there because it's just part of me, but the other side of me is the humanitarian side, to get the message out, with some of the broadcasts that I've done with Heal Us or Intervisions. It's all to help a lot of people get themselves together through this situation. How to be strong, how to be tough, and if you're having trouble, speak about it, So people do call in, and I don't have any live because with the questions and answers, a lot of them don't want to reveal themselves because of the nature of what we're talking about. So I couldn't do the live with the question and answers, but I respect their privacy. So they do call me and I answer them. I give them 15 minutes of my time if I have it. You know, if not, they book a reading or a session.
I want everybody that's listening to this, everyone that's listening to this podcast, I want everyone to tune in to the Speaker Podcast Radio at Spreaker.com/show/Flu Entertainment. You can also go to DJ UNEEK in the search bar on Speaker Podcast Radio and just tune in right there, and you can listen to Cheryl Rose and I going live on Speaker Podcast Radio. We also got Lady Chance here today. We have a special guest. We have 3 special guests. We have DJ UNEEK, Lady Chance, and what's her name? Anissa.
Well, hello, my lovely people in the house, Unika, Lady Chance, and I already met my drummer boy over there, UNEEK.
Hello.
So
everybody, well, energy, the energy that flows is the energy that grows.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's it like in New York?
Well, it's a beautiful day today. It was 81 degrees, but with this pandemic, it's basically starting to lift. Last week and the weeks before was very difficult. Nobody in the streets, everything closed up. Basically a ghost town, everybody in their homes. There was a lot of people that passed on, and it was very unfortunate. But those who follow the directions and the rules are okay and will be okay. Unfortunately, those who are compromised, you know, it's just the way, you know, that was their contract. The way that they came into this world is this way that God wanted to go out. And, you know, we're all going to pass away of something. Unfortunately, this pandemic is taking too much of everybody. And I do think that the economy is going to get back to, you know, boom by the end of the year. It's going to take some time. But New York's going to come back strong, you know. Well, we've been through 9/11. I am right in the 9/11 area, ground zero, part of the New York part. So New York this area is strong, as you know, as you've been here. But we're doing a lot of praying, humbleness, thanking our first responders and the doctors, nurses, fire department, police department, people who answer the radio, 9/11 people, everybody working together. A great deal of longer than ever.
I'm sorry about that. We haven't. We're trying to turn it off now. We're trying to shut it off. You hear that? That's just. I have some really old equipment, so I mean, like, we're just doing sound checking. This is all like an experiment, and but don't worry. I wanted to say, yeah. Okay, cool. Be great.
Something happened. Because I did this impromptu phone call from you. I didn't know you were going to be calling me, so I did not even put the tape on.
I put the tape on. We're live right now on Speaker Podcast Radio, and I actually think that the podcast sounds better without the mic because of that shh and that sound back there. I don't know what it is.
No, that's.
But you know, with live, there's always that information in the back.
Yeah, that's why.
See, yeah. Okay. Well, we're loud and clear now. We're loud and clear.
Have the phone on it.
Yeah. Thanks to DJ UNEEK, he just did some sound checking, some troubleshooting, and we just found a.
I told you he was going to get it worked out. Didn't I tell you were going to work it out? There he is. He's a handsome fellow too. Oh boy. So yeah, I started broadcasting. I would say about 6 months ago. I haven't stopped, and I'm going to continue. You know, I love talking on the radio. I also love talking on my YouTube channel, and that's really, you know, like talking on the radio because it's a monologue. and you're talking to an audience, and
So-
I love that interaction.
So I have a question for you.
Hands up.
Hands up. I have a question for you.
Yes.
So how much revenue have you built on Spreaker since you? I know you say you just done this, from your YouTube podcast. So I mean, like, have you? What's going on with that?
Revenue as far as clientele calling me, or revenue as far as making money?
Revenue is making money with the partnership with Spreaker Podcast Radio. How they have the monetization. Yeah, how's that work?
Monetization can't start yet. Well, they make it quite difficult for you. Just like with YouTube, you can take a certain amount of downloads, certain amount of live, and be on, let's say, pretty much regularly for a certain period of time. I'm almost to the point now where people will start wanting to advertise on my Spreaker, So the more downloads I do, I would tell you probably in another month I'm going to start getting the revenue, because that's how the Spreaker pays you back. But, you have to utilize them too. So we're promoting one another, but the monetization is just the same as with YouTube. You have to have a certain amount, and you have to keep up. So I would say I should be doing, if I look into my crystal ball, I should be doing quite well if the Lord is kind and good, which I believe He will be. And if I keep talking to you, I can tell you very well that the two of us will be hitting revenue, because we'll be on all the time. There's too much to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you want to add something? Sorry about that. Somebody have a question for you, but they want to think of what it is.
That's the question. That's the question. Go right ahead. As long as it's not how much I weigh, because I'm very small, very petite.
So, in your
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how you doing? I'm Lady Chance. I was wondering.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I am wonderful. I'm happy to be here with you. You're beautiful.
No, so are you. Thank you.
Don't be shy. Go ahead and ask. I know. You're so polite.
I was wondering, so with your podcast, are you doing, what's it called? Psychic review, like, telling them what's going on and how to help them better and stuff in their lives? Or, like, how does it work, your podcast?
Yes. Well, I do a little bit of everything. Right now, I do just talking out loud to myself, monologue about how to get through this situation that we're in. Because every week, everybody gets a little bit more crazed or afraid or in shock. Mm-hmm. Because where I'm living in this area, it's not as free right now as yours. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of sickness here. So I don't do a lot of psychic, let's say, predictions right now for that. I'm talking to them about how to help themselves be positive. It's just really like my YouTube channel come to life on Spreaker. Mm. But I also do, say to them, if they have any questions or want to talk about anything, I'm not a doctor or a therapist. I'm a spiritual guide. I want them to call me. Mm-hmm. If I can help them. I told everybody, if you're in a bad zone in your head, because people do get a little nuts being cooped up, right? Wondering what's going to happen. They can call me, and if I have the time, I will give them 10, 15 minutes of whatever I can. Mm-hmm. Lead them in the right direction if I have to, or just tell them to get their ass off the couch and get onto that treadmill and start.
Right, doing something.
And that's no ground then. But if they do want the any of the psychic work or the spiritual work that they do, or the mediumship, I don't do that on the podcast right now. Only because people don't want to give their names. It's a very unique way that I work with people, with the psychic readings. God bless you. See, it's so true.
Thank you.
it's a very personal situation, but when we have a room full of people and I do my public speaking, I go around and I just start reading people freely because they come to hear stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I had a room filled with people, I'd go around and just start answering questions or just touching them and say what I felt, or doing, you know, just like I did with DJ. No, yeah, with the drummer boy. Remember when I saw you just before?
Yeah.
I told you what's going on in your head.
Yeah.
What you need to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said it was so. I had met you just 1 second. I told him, you know, may I say what I said to you?
Yeah.
I was introduced to him. Who are you? And I said, you play the drums, right? He says, yeah. I said, well, you need to play the drums before you get on to DJing because you got too much going on in your head and you have a lot of energy to get rid of. Play those drums and bang it out. Boom, bada 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 boom. That's his beat. He said, yes, that's his beat. And work it out before you go on DJing because then it will be nice and smooth. He agreed with me, and his energy is completely different now. He's cool, relaxed, calm, and he's not what he once was when he walked in, all like tense. So that's what I saw in him. Does that answer your question, my love? I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Because each podcast we do is very unique and different, unless I'm being interviewed, you know, and then I just answer the questions. But
so I guess the question
have one for me. Yes, go ahead.
So I
Ask
wondered,
a question. Go right ahead.
you know, because I mean I have my own issues, and I was wondering if you could
assess what's going on in your life right now.
yeah, and then you know if you're on point, listeners will know that you're on point and be able to access your podcast to talk to you. You know, it's like a way of, you know, building revenue for you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes,
also
ma'am.
helping at the same time.
Yes.
I
And
mean,
I'd be
she
happy-
did it for
Be
me.
happy to.
She did it for me. So, I mean, it was true, though. It was true. So, I mean, there you go, listeners. I mean,
I'll be happy to answer her question. You know? Yes, she needs an answer, and I know it's building up. So just straight ask the question, and I shall answer.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
do it.
I'm having just a tad bit of a power struggle in Reno when it comes to courts and my kid's father. And I've been struggling with how to deal with it. I mean, I've come at it in every way possible. But I'm still not where I want to be in the situation.
Okay.
You know, like I know that I've been slighted. You know, I have a restraining order that protects me and my children. Somehow he was able to get the judge to make a judgment. She's a new judge. And the judge keeps responding.
Don't tell me too much. Don't tell me too much.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't tell me too much.
Okay,
Because I'm reading you already, honey. I don't mean to interrupt you, but the spirit's already around you. First of all, this guy is very evil, okay?
Holy shit, box.
You're very, very evil. And evil people, you're going to have to just say, you will eventually get what you need because good always overcomes and overpowers evil. Give this to God. Say, God, take this from me. I can't, you know, it's tearing you apart inside. You have a bleeding ulcer, I do believe. You're starting to get gray hair. You're losing stuff in your teeth. I don't know what just came out of your mouth, right? You got something falling out of your I don't know, tooth. But this is taking your life away. You have to focus on you. Give this to God now. This guy is not going to get away with what you think he's going to get away with.
Holy
Okay.
shit, box.
He is not. This female, okay, she is brought to you for a specific reason.
Wait, the
The
what?
plan is this new judge has been brought to you for a specific reason, and that is to fix the problem. They know who this idiot is. They know the games that this idiot's playing. You go to family court and you talk to your lawyer and tell him he's fired, you're going to get a new one. Because your lawyer's not helping you at all. Your lawyer's stringing you on. New lawyer, please. And if you can't afford one, one will be given to you. You can go pro bono. But family court is very serious because the child's life is being played with, okay, like a game of tennis. It's wreaking havoc on the child and you. This man, I tell you, within 6 months' time, what is 6 months from now? Well, we're almost in June, and I'm born in June, so figure by December, you are going to have everything settled out. It's going to be completely finished. You were given a shafted deal. I'm going to tell you right up, you were shafted from the get-go. You were lied to. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, honey. But it will settle itself out. Okay, I want you to see this new judge as a new bright light. Thank God she's there because she's going to change things around and she's nobody's fool. And you stand there and you speak straight up. You did nothing wrong to deserve what's going on here. You did nothing wrong. This man is a wheeler dealer. All right, the baby's father. Evil to the core. All right, we're talking likes to do evil things, enjoys evil things. Thank God you're not with him anymore. And the child's away from him. Those are blessings right there. And this judge can see right through people like him. And, the other judge, I think, was, I'll give you this if you give me that. Player, no, you need a new lawyer. Once you get a new lawyer and start really saying, I don't care anymore what happened. Don't harp on what happened anymore. That's past. Okay? I think you have a lot fire energy in you. Aries, Sag, Leo. I get around you. Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Energy. Which one?
Close.
Aries, Sag, or Leo. But you're definitely
I'm an Aries.
fine.
I'm an Aries.
That's close.
You're the Aries again? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think.
And you need to make sure she's
I'm Gemini.
taking on a new role here because you're Gemini, like me. Happy birthday coming up on the 4th of June.
Mine too?
When are you?
The 4th of June.
Oh!
Wow.
4th of June, you my sister from another mister.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we're going to talk psychic and on point, yes.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Sign rising, but you have the Aries next to you there, and he was going to make sure. All right, Geminis, we flip-flop back and forth, sometimes very emotional, but you must forget the past.
Okay.
It can't be changed. You're working with what you can't change.
Right.
Let's work with what you can change. And the spirit around you, you are very religious. You pray. You've given it all you can, but you got to work in a different way. Okay? I say, God, come into this woman's life and make everything work out by December as I see it. And as I am on this show, we will convene in December and toast some champagne for the New Year's. And I'm going to say, see, it's that December, this new judge, God bless her, whoever she is, and the evil man, evil is, they do bad things. He might not live to even see the end of this year, so he does drugs, very bad. So I don't see him, functioning normally. If you want money from this guy, how are you going to get it from somebody who's going to have a drug overdose? I'm sorry, I feel that. He overdosed once. You already know. See? So how are you going to get blood from a stone? You have to work for getting money from the state, getting money from him now, whatever pay he's getting, garnish it, and then you work on his Social Security, okay? You take that Social Security from him. You're entitled to it.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
A new legal outlook. You can definitely see.
Okay.
Go to, there's in every county in this country, there is a free legal service. It's called SCORE. It's not a strip club. S period, C period, O period,
yeah.
R period, D in capitals. And it's retired attorneys and business people that offer free services. If you make an appointment over the phone now, you can call them up and say, "Score people, I need advice on my situation with an attorney."
Okay.
They will help you figure out the nitty-gritty that we can't go on live here and tell, because that would be against the legal terms.
Right.
We couldn't talk that way. And the score will help you find a new attorney, number one, work with the judge, because they know the judge.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Get me, girl?
Okay.
And they're going to understand this person. And they're going to tell you how you're going to get your finances in order, because that's what you need. And the back pay that he owes you, well, that's going to come too. That comes, and it comes in 3 ways, 3 forms. I don't know how I'm going to see that. Only you would know. But it comes in 3 ways. And he does have assets, you know.
He does.
Let him sell a stupid car. You know, and he has money hidden too. Oh, but, you know, don't let him know that I'm here because he might come. No, don't worry.
I know. I understand that. They that's what they told me in Reno. I have a guy in Reno who told me that she's like, you know, if he doesn't know that we're here, then he won't send anything to Backlash. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, you know, I thank you, because, you know, when you're so mentally riled up on a situation, it's easier for me to see other people's situation and, you know, tell them what to do and how they can handle it. But when it comes to myself, it's like, oh, there's a blank. You know what I mean? Just like, okay, like I don't.
Exactly. And, you know, we, unfortunately, human beings are their own judge, jury, and hangman when it comes to stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to legal battles, the best thing to do is have somebody else work with you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't handle it alone. And what I work with a lot is when people are stuck in situations in a jam, I unjam, you know, I just take the cork out of the dam and make sense out of the senseless and make it so unilaterally easy to follow a plan of action. Because I think I talk in sense. I don't talk, you know, that's how people can really tell that there's honesty coming from a person who says that they have abilities that I have. Been around a long time, and I've dealt with a lot of different issues, but I always find that people say the same thing that you just said. You know, I unravel it, and I can see exactly what's going on inside with what happened to you, and it's unfortunate. But you know something, nothing lasts forever. You know, and by the end of the year, like I said, you know, I understand June 4th, my soul sister, June 4th, oh boy. You and I have a lot in common, because 4 is stability.
Yeah.
Okay? 4 is stability. So I was born in 66. That's part of my Gmail that JBLUE was asking. What year were you born? If you want to reveal that, I don't mind if you like to or not.
87. 87?
Okay. You're a youngster. Well, I don't want to be like an old lady, but, you know, I want to try to age gracefully.
Well, I mean, the guy that,
but, you know,
the guy was born in 1966, like you. My ex.
See? You were born in 66, like me. So you're the year of the horse, just like me, in Oriental astrology.
No. My kid's father is 1966.
Oh, okay. Well, what sign is your kid's father?
Capricorn. Earth sign.
Okay. Well, let's not go with any more earth signs for lovers. Okay? That's not a good sign for you. It's just not a good, you know, in the beginning it was hot and heavy romantic mix, and, you know, you brought a child into the world that was supposed to come into the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that child's going to have a fabulous future. I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think today is going to be the turning point for you. I really do believe it. I really do believe it. We're going to talk more. Really, I would love to talk more to you. It's been a pleasure answering your question.
Thank you.
And put me on the hot seat. I don't sweat it because I do. That's why I said don't tell me too much.
Right,
don't tell me
right,
too
right.
much. Don't give me the info. But God bless you, and we'll keep up. You know, you go see the people from SCORE and get the free info.
Okay.
There's your new lawyer, right?
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll work things out for you, and they will help. And that's how they're going to make sure you get everything you're supposed to get. Because you did get, unfortunately, a screw job.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
you're going to get a screw job back, so don't worry. What happens to you is going to happen 10 times worse to the person who did it to you. It's karmic law.
Okay.
The law of karma. What you do to another comes back tenfold.
Yup. That's like
You're
Haitian.
kind and good, you get it back tenfold.
Exactly. In Haiti, they
Evil and
believe
cruel,
the same thing.
You know, karma does come around and it goes through lifetimes. It lasts.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
An ancient Haitian.
I have people calling in here. I have people actually calling the phone here.
Right.
Yeah,
Where's JBLUE?
I'm here.
I have people calling here. Oh, I have people calling.
Yeah.
And I'm not answering the phone. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with you right now. I think I put them on. They're on a hold button. It's okay. The phones are starting to light land. Oh yes. Anything else I can answer for you?
No, I think that's like my number one right there. You know. Yeah. I mean, you know.
And you got an aunt. You got an aunt in the heavenly abode watching over you. Beautiful aunt. That's what comes through to me. I don't want to get too deep, but on the medium work. But the aunt is right around you. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Your aunt.
My aunt.
She's watching over you. That's the first person who comes through. But I'm not going to go down that road because you have a radio show to do. You have to stay composed.
Definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's very heavy. But just saying I love you.
Cheryl Rose, that was very wonderful.
Thank you.
We had a very wonderful time
Thank you.
today. You have changed our.
Thank you.
Yes.
Time. And this is a lovely shot of everybody sitting there, and here I am, and gosh, the sun is shining through your doors over there, and it's dark out here by me, but that's all right. It's sunlight and joy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank
And
you
I
for your
appreciate
time.
Thank
ability
you.
to work with your two beautiful people there. The energy, like I say, energy flows, energy grows.
Energy flows, energy grows. I like that.
Yes.
All right. That was wonderful, Cheryl Rose.
right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much.
And everybody,
God bless you. And thank you so much for having me.
and everybody that tuned in today, make sure that y'all follow Let's Talk with Cheryl Rose on Spreaker Podcast Radio. And don't forget her chit chat.
Thank you.
Cheryl Rose 1966 at gmail.com. Everything Cheryl Rose. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
Sarah Rose.
That's Cheryl Rose.
And I'll give you
CHER.
phone number too.
Yeah, CHERYL space ROSE. Cheryl Rose. Let's Talk with Cheryl Rose.
You know how I had that thing in my ear?
Yeah.
All right.
It's something Rose.
Let's talk with Cheryl Rose, and you can reach me at 201-708-3841. Baby dolls, it's been real. And I wish I was there sitting with you. Maybe one day I shall be.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. This has been real, and everybody, I just want you to all who's listening realize I started with JBLUE just last week and uploaded my interview with him to my Spreaker Radio and my YouTube, Cheryl Rose Spirit Guidance. You can follow me there with him and also on Twitter. And the story's going to continue on and on after I'm off. This particular broadcast is going to be uploaded to JBLUE. He has so many different channels I can't keep up.
So
And
that means
then he's going to upload it to my Spreaker or my YouTube. So I thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Does anyone have anything to say before we wrap this up?
I love you a lot. And listen, if you ever can let's get an audience going because that's what I do. Just with my lovely lady over there.
Yeah.
Can you believe she's born on my birthday?
You know what?
How it's working.
I was just.
She's a sister from another sister.
That's crazy because I just told you today that I have the same. That Blueface has the same birthday as me, same month and day, and I just found that out yesterday.
Right.
And now it's like now I'm finding out someone else, you and someone else has the same month and day. Mm-hmm. So I was just, and he feels it too because I just told him that.
What day is Aries born on?
March 26th.
Mr. Aries, John boy. What are you?
March 26th.
Say again, March 26th?
1985.
Okay, so that's 3. And, oh boy. Wow. All right. Those are very good numbers. Play those numbers. I'm not a lottery, but I'm just saying you have what numbers. Okay. I love you all, and it's been a pleasure. And we shall talk again soon. All right?
Thank you, Cheryl. Next time.
Thank you. Okay. Peace to all. Love. God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Bye. Thank you again.
All right, and that's it.